This video is for young girls in high school and college. I want to talk to you today about not conforming to what society thinks that you should be doing, or not conforming to what your friends and your peers around you are saying that they're doing. 9 times out of 10, the things that these kids, people, friends, peers, family members are telling you that they're doing is not true. For instance, if you're in the 9th, 10th grade and your female friends are talking to you about having sexual encounters, 9 times out of 10, they're not really doing it. They're faking, they're fronting, they flogging, they saying that they're doing these things, but in actuality, they're really not doing it. But they want to sound cool because they want to sound like possibly upperclassmen or older family members, older friends that are actually in these situations and doing these things. You don't have to have sex to be cool. You should wait until you're married, until you find that special someone that you're going to be with for the rest of your life, for you to give up your virginity. There's no rush. Like, once it's gone, it's gone. You can never get it back. And you should want to hold on to that for as long as you can. If I can go back in time, turn the hands back, rewind, I would hold on to mine for a lot longer than I did. But like I said, there's no reason for you to feel like you pressured into going out there and doing these things that other people saying that they're doing, because like I said, 9 times out of 10, they are lying. And you may feel the pressure to conform. You may feel the pressure to say, hey, what's wrong with me? You know, everybody else is doing it. I might as well do it too. But a lot of young people that are out here doing these things, they don't stop and think and say, what if I get pregnant? What if I catch an STD? What if I get AIDS? What if I get HIV? What if I get herpes? Like, what am I going to do? Because I know a lot of girls who got pregnant when they was in middle school, high school, was not able to continue their education because their parents, one, was trying to live their life and they weren't there to help them out with their children. They had to drop out of school and raise the kids on their own. Two, you know, once you have the first child, it's so easy for you to have a second, third, fourth, whatever. And at this time, most of the girls I know, they had already dropped out of school. And if you come from a family that feel like, you know, my child is 14, 15 years old, she don't need to be having a child, and they end up getting abortions, and then the girls resent their parents for doing this, and they end up getting pregnant again and again, and the abortions continue until they just hide it from their parents till it's too late, and then they end up having these children that aren't able to be taken care of properly because of lack of money, lack of family support, lack of a father in the household, lack of the young woman having a job and not being able to take care of that baby on her own. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to think about. Number 2, you think about STDs. I mean, sexually transmitted diseases are real. Like, it's not something you just read about in sex ed or health class and say, oh, well, we can get that. That's not going to happen to me, because it happens to those people that think that it's not going to happen to them. Herpes, you can never get rid of, like, ever in your life. You can try to prevent the reoccurrence of breakouts, but at the same time, it's forever. And anybody that you have sex with unprotected, you most likely will get that disease too. HIV and AIDS, that's a real thing also, and you don't want to catch that. I mean, that's basically a death sentence in itself. So if you out there and you feel like you not caught up with the kids that you going to school with, whether it's high school or college, don't feel a rush to catch up with them, because some of those children, some of those young adults, some of those young females and males, yes, some of them will catch those diseases and not be able to get rid of them, and probably not be able to live to tell you about it, or they'd be too ashamed to tell anybody about it because they got it and thought that it never happened to them. So I just want y'all to know that, like, you don't have to feel like you pressured into doing the things that your peers are doing the things that your family members are doing. Like, you young, you still have your whole life to live. You still have your whole life ahead of you. You should be focused on going to school, getting an education, bettering your life, whatever circumstances you're in. It's like, you may come from the bottom, but if you reach high enough, you could reach the top. Or maybe you in that middle class, your family middle class, y'all live in the suburbs, y'all got nice house, nice cars, or whatever. But at the same time, you can go to school and do something with yourself and bring it up to another level, so that the people that come after you have to reach above that bar, and you keep bringing your family up, whether it's from the projects, the middle class suburbs, or you living in a high rise somewhere in New York. It's up to you to take hold and be like, you know what, I can do this. I don't have to be like everybody else. I don't have to try to be like my friend because he or she say they out here doing this and that or whatever. When they catch them diseases, guess what? They got it by themselves, and the person that they got it from, I'm pretty sure you ain't going to want to share it with them. So don't try to live up on the same standards that they on. If they saying they do that stuff, tell them, you know what, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. I ain't living like that. And I hope that you listen to this message and you don't do it, because that's not cool. Don't feel like you pressured. Do not feel like you pressured. Live your own life. Live outside the box. Don't be in the box like everybody else. Live outside the box. Everybody else should want to be like you because you ain't living like them. And that's all for this video.